Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a machine that blends timeless Harley Davidson heritage with modern refinements. A motorcycle that speaks to both the soul of the rider and the eyes of the admirer. The 2025 Harley Davidson Iron 883. From the moment you first lay your eyes on it, the Iron 883 projects that raw, stripped-down authentic cruiser vibe that Harley has perfected over decades. But this year's model adds a sharper edge, a cleaner execution, and a series of subtle yet meaningful upgrades that make it feel both familiar and refreshingly new. As it sits there, gleaming under the light, its low-slung stance, muscular silhouette, and undeniable presence make it clear this isn't just a motorcycle, it's a statement. Approaching the front of the bike, the first thing that catches your eye is the classic round headlamp, but in 2025, it comes with upgraded LED technology, providing brighter illumination and a crisper beam pattern without losing that retro aesthetic. The blacked-out forks add an aggressive visual tone, seamlessly blending into the dark front wheel, which is wrapped in a chunky tire that hints at both stability and grip. The front fender remains minimal, hugging the tire closely and contributing to that compact, no-nonsense stance. Moving slightly to the side, you begin to appreciate the proportions and flow of the Iron 883's design. The fuel tank is still the iconic peanut shape, sculpted perfectly to nestle between your knees, finished in deep, rich paint options that, under the right light, reveal layers of metallic flake or satin sheen. The Harley Davidson badge on the side is more refined this year, with crisp detailing that adds a premium touch without being ostentatious. Below the tank, the 883cc air-cooled Evolution V8 engine sits proudly, finished in black powder coat with subtle machined highlights on the cooling fins. A design choice that balances ruggedness with visual sophistication. The exposed push tubes and minimal bodywork keep that mechanical honesty front and center, something purists love. The mid-mounted controls give the bike a balanced riding posture, while the low solo seat, just under 30 inches from the ground, invites riders of varying heights to feel immediately at home. The rear section continues that stripped-down look, with a chopped rear fender, bullet-style LED taillights, and a side-mounted license plate bracket that enhances the clean tail profile. The blacked-out dual exhausts sweep low along the right side, producing that unmistakable Harley rumble, deep, throaty, and full of character, yet refined enough to meet modern emissions and noise regulations. From the back view, the Iron 883 looks muscular but narrow. Its stance wide enough to feel planted, yet compact enough to slip through traffic or carve city streets. The rear tire complements the front perfectly, offering a balanced aesthetic that matches the bike's cruiser roots. Sitting on the bike, the cockpit is minimal but functional. The single-gauge cluster combines an analog speedometer with a small digital display showing odometer, trip meters, gear position, and fuel level. The handlebars are low and slightly pulled back, giving you that slightly hunched, aggressive posture. While still keeping comfort in mind, the switchgear feels tactile, solid, and easy to operate even with gloves on, and the grips themselves have a textured finish for secure hold. The mirrors, now with improved anti-vibration mounts, provide a clearer rear view at cruising speeds. The seat cushioning has been subtly improved for 2025, with denser foam that supports longer rides without compromising that low-profile look. Underneath you, the suspension remains straightforward. 39mm front forks and preload adjustable rear shocks tuned to deliver a firm, controlled ride with just enough compliance for urban bumps and highway cruising. Powering the bike is the tried-and-true 883cc Evolution engine, delivering around 49 horsepower and 54 pound-feet of torque. On paper, those numbers may not seem massive, but in real-world riding, the torque delivery is what makes the Iron 883 feel alive. From the moment you roll on the throttle, there's that immediate, satisfying surge that pushes you forward, accompanied by the signature Harley soundtrack. The 5-speed transmission shifts with a deliberate, mechanical feeling. Gear, engaging with a solid click. The gearing is well matched to the engine's character, keeping you in that sweet torque band whether you're cruising at 60 or rolling through urban streets. Braking performance is improved with updated calipers, providing better bite and modulation, while EPS is standard for 2025, giving you that extra peace of mind in unpredictable conditions. Handling is exactly what you'd expect from an Iron 883 stable, predictable, and confidence-inspiring. The low center of gravity makes low-speed maneuvers easy, while the weight distribution helps it feel planted in sweeping curves. Not a sport bike, and it's not trying to be, but lean it into a corner and it responds with composure and a touch of attitude. Price-wise, the 2025 Harley Davidson Iron 883 starts at around $11,999 US. Depending on color and optional accessories, customization remains a huge part of its appeal. You can easily transform its personality with different bars, seats, exhausts, and paint schemes. For someone wanting that pure, elemental riding experience without excessive electronics or distractions, this bike hits the sweet spot. My suggestion for potential buyers is to think about your riding style before choosing accessories, if you're going to use it primarily in the city. Mid-controls and compact mirrors are perfect, but for longer trips, you might want to invest in a slightly more padded seat and maybe a small windscreen. As for new riders, this bike is approachable in seat, height, and weight, but its torque demands respect. It's best suited for someone who's comfortable with the basics of motorcycle control. In the end, the 2025 Harley Davidson Iron 883 isn't about chasing top speed numbers or tech-laden features. It's about connection, presence, and the visceral joy of riding something with real, mechanical soul. It's a motorcycle that looks just as good parked at a cafe as it does tearing down an open road at sunset. And with Harley Davidson's decades of refinement behind it, you know you're getting a machine that's built to last. If you've been looking for a bike that captures that old-school charm while still giving you modern reliability, this might just be your perfect match. That's all for today's review. Make sure to drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell me what you think of the new Iron 883, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of two wheels. Until next time, ride safe and keep the throttle steady.